Oops. Good. It's actually working. Oh, you shit. Damn it. Bye. Let me guess. It dicked around with the damn... Where's my chat window? You're welcome. 20 minutos. See how much attention I'm paying. Okay. Yep. Sure. Oh shit, it's one of these stages. Bye-bye. Toodles. And he's done. Come over here. Let me show you something. Come on. Come on. Oh, I missed. Bye-bye. You are welcome. What the hell is that? Oh. Good, strong win. Great. Awesome. Yes. That sucked.
Ready? Go!
No, damn it. Son of a bitch.
Continue.
Yes.
Ready? Go!
What the f-
Continue.
Oh, dude. 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 It's done really pissed me off, man. One more time.
Ready?
Yes.
Go!
Really? I
Continue.
suck. Change my party.
Choose your fighter. Donkey Kong. Ready? Go!
Oh my god, I can't swim.
Continue.
Yes. I suck. I gotta hope I could do one jump before the stupid wind hits.
Ready?
Yep.
Go!
Oh my god. Swim, damn it! Actually helped him more than it did me. There we go. It's good. Throw me up in the air like that. You bastard. Would you stop that? Here we go, here we go, here we go. And I'm dead.
Continue.
Yeah, one more. It's like a drug, I can't quit. You son of a bitch.
Ready?
Yeah.
Go!
Oh my god. One. Yeah, it's not. Damn it. What's that? Damn it. You son of a bitch. Come on. Come on. He's still coming back? You son of a bitch. What the? God, I hate you. No, no, no. Come here, come here, come here, come here. Get a little closer. No! God, I hate you. And of course I missed. Nope, no, no, no. Oh my gosh. All right, time to get ready. No, no continue. It's time to get ready for the show. And that was embarrassing. Uno momentos, por favors. And transition. Let's see if we can find a Zealeus, shall we? I need to mute the call. Just so you don't get to hear the fun hangout noise. Oh, there he is. It's quite the look, sir. You might want to turn some lights on. I guess I can unmute you now. You probably want to turn some lights on. I'm just saying.
Tonight is the night of the dark.
Nah, I'd rather not be.
The dark shall overcome the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, Zealeus has gone insane.
You have got to me, sir. It is spread to all corners of the world.
Oh, Lord. Lord help us now that Zealeus might not be completely insane.
No!
It's too late for him.
Too late. I am gone. I have been infected by the plague.
Microphone, or your headphones, sir, light bulbs, everything that you need, sir.
I know. I'm busy, though, right now.
What the hell are you doing? Do I want to know? The hell are you doing?
Of course, too short.
Are you saying? Oh, please. Come on,
No.
man. She'll be
I cannot
fine.
move.
She'll be fine.
No, it is a rule.
Whatever, dude.
I cannot leave until the cat is satiated of her head.
Then you'll never move again.
Well, I'm at peace with that fact. I can order Uber Eats to bring in food because my door's unlocked. I'll just have them come up to me and put it on my table, and I'll leave them a nice little tip. It'll be all fine.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Well.
I can get the cat sitter to come bring us food. She'll bring it right to the table.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. Yep. That's right. Yep.
I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. Apparently, Zealeus's brain has completely gone into El Toileto.
Wait, it wasn't already there?
Yep.
Wow. Did I get an upgrade and no one told me?
Yep. Congratulations. Like the new iOS update that no one asked for, and it screwed everything on my freaking phone up.
Yeah, all my automation shit is screwed up now. It's really annoying. Because I have widgets that were supposed to do things like automate the so I turn off my cameras when I get home and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's supposed to previously I could just press a button and it'll just kind of and now that doesn't happen.
No, it's like opening up applications like, welcome to this application. Let me walk you through it. I'm like, no, I've already done this before.
Hey Google, stop music.
Oh, look at you being all swank.
That's literally about the extent of what I use voice commands for.
Aren't you special?
I used to use it for lighting, but it just like they're confused with like turn the light blue. It's instead be like, why do you feel blue? I'm like, that's not what I said.
I'm not feeling blue. I'm feeling more indigo or periwinkle.
What should I
Don't
drink
you?
tonight, sir?
Huh?
What should I drink tonight?
Liquid. I'm trying to help out. Is it working?
So this is my drink of choice.
Oh, Lord.
The moment. So lately, this is what I've been downing.
Ooh.
It is good. It makes the soul happy.
But of course. Oops, I want to do it that way. The arc. Oh shit! I just changed scene, so I gotta double check something. Come on, let's go 3 for 3. Yes. You're so stupid, so silly. But the chat box don't likey when I switch scenes for some reason. Damn it. Come on, you can do it. Ladies and gentlemen, there's 5 minutes till the show. 5 minutes till the show.
So I'm wearing this shirt to celebrate a certain event this week.
Cats on a popsicle.
Well, in this case, the American popsicle.
Well, yeah. Of course. Duh.
Mm-hmm.
The popsicle o Americano.
Indeed. In the hole.
Hey, look at that. Should probably. Oh, God, Jesus. Ladies and gentlemen, Zealeus.
So I may be spamming a certain website at 9 o'clock.
You want to get your game system?
Trying to.
Well, it's going to be available momentarily on Walmart.
Yep, 9 o'clock.
Right, I know. I'm saying. I'm just reiterating.
Yes. Well, I've been trying it throughout the day, and as you can imagine, it's basically literally at like 6:00 in 01 seconds you refresh and it's already sold out. All right. Open up. Where are you?
But since you're already there,
Where's
perhaps
there?
you can buy something else from the website,
Such
like
as?
a pair of pants.
Why would I wear pants?
Hell if I know. I'm just saying.
Huh? You know what? I'm actually going to slip into some PJs. I'll be right back.
What the? You got? Oh my god. Ladies and gentlemen, we have lost Zealeus. It was nice knowing him. It's tragic, really. No one will remember the day that Zealeus had to find his pajama pants. We are, let's see here. On YouTube, we are about 20-ish seconds behind. On the Twitch, we are... Wow, okay. We're only like 4 seconds behind on Twitch. And...
See? I have pants on now.
Yes. Okay, so, fun fact.
Mm-hmm.
YouTube is about 20 plus minutes or 20 seconds behind. Twitch is about 3 seconds behind, and Facebook, just for just a gig, was about 12 seconds behind.
Oh, so this weekend, or past weekend, I should say,
Yes.
actually leveraged the power of OBS Studio at school.
Dun, for your robo thing?
Yeah, it actually, I mean, I know you use it, but it worked out really well for us.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
It's
it
good.
was nice and easy and just kind of it was kind of cool. So they already kind of figured people would be doing this type of stuff. So like one of like kind of the scoring websites, like you can do like different formats, already has a built-in like banner bar within the green screen on like the top like 3/4 of the screen.
Noise.
So they already like anticipated some of that, which is kind of cool.
All right, be back in like, well, shit, I got 30 seconds. Hold on.
What? Usually I'm the one scrambling. My job.
Still can't find it. Oh, well, whatever.
Oh no.
I had like a pill bottle somewhere that had some medicine in it. Now I can't find the damn thing.
Where'd it go?
I don't know. One more second. Hold on a sec. Got put in a box. Somebody's been cleaning up around my desk that it wasn't me. God forbid someone else clean my stuff.
Well, that's just crazy talk.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's start this shindig. Damn it. There we go. All right. Now for realsies.
How for reals?
Realsies.
Super for reals?
I think so.
All right, let's do this for reals.
Right on.
Right on.
Right on.
Okay.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Dish Ultra Confusion Thursday Night Hangout.
Thursday night, and Charlie is still alive and with us after quite the eventful weekend.
But of course, ladies and gentlemen, I of course am your host, Charlie, and I'm joined once again by the prolific hunter himself, Zealeus.
Greetings and salutations, good sir.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, of course, as Zealeus alluded to, I am still alive and breathing. I partook in the Extra Life 24-hour game-a-thon. I played from 2 a.m. Saturday morning till 2 a.m. Sunday morning. The vast majority of it was No Man's Sky, simply because people kept popping in going, "Oh, you're playing No Man's Sky? How is it?" And so
No
I just
Man's
ended up,
Sky.
so I ended up playing a lot of No Man's Sky.
So, which begs the question, how is No Man's Sky, good sir?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, just in case you haven't read my review on the website, which, of course, the website is www.alteredconfusion.com, it's a mixed bag. I've put over 90 hours in it, so someone would say, "Oh, well, that must be a good game." Not necessarily. There are a lot of issues that I've had to basically work around and kind of get used to. The wonderful world of inventory management and quest management are at the top of my list of gripes, but I continue to play it, so there must be something about it.
I'm very confused about your game. I don't understand. You seem like you like it, but you don't, and I just don't know how to interpret what you're saying, sir. I'm so confused.
Well, real quick, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Thursday Night Hangout. This is a live show for you where you provide the comments, the topics, and the questions, and we try to cover them during this week's show. If you didn't get a chance just yet, you could drop it in the chat. And if we run out of time, we will push it over to the next show, and we will definitely cover it then. So I think it's more of a I've put so much time into this, I don't want to stop type of scenario,
Okay, that's fair.
I do. The thing is, I do like the exploration mechanic where you get to explore and name. Is it a train? Is it like a train wreck of a game? Terrible, but you can't look away. Yes, absolutely. That's exactly it. It's a nice looking game, and there's definitely a lot of mechanics to it that are there to enjoy. But some of the core stuff, you're just like, oh, for God's sake, please. Is it too hard? Is it too hard to just code it a little bit differently?
Well, I think the one that got me the most about your review that I actually did read was about the quest.
Yes.
And how if your quest, because that's like, so if I understood it right,
Yes.
let's just say you have 10 quests, right?
Yes.
And one of the quests is go to feed cats in the forest.
Yep.
You might go feed a cat in the forest, but because that act of feeding the cat is not your active quest at the time, it does not count towards that progress for that quest, even though it's in your quest log.
Potentially. So here's the fun fact. It's like a 50-50 shot, okay? There are times where when you'll get like a ton of quests, like Zealeus say, let's say you have 10 quests. And maybe the quest that you think is active is not active. Okay. There's about a 50% chance that you'll still get credit for it, even though it's not the active one. But there's also the chance that you get completely dicked over, just terribly so. But the real fun one is, like, if there is a quest where, let's say that you did something for someone, this merchant needs you to, I don't know, find 50 rocks of hydrogen or something. Mm-hmm. And so you have the 50 hydrogen, but you don't have it as the active one. And you go talk to the person. They're like, "Hey, how's it going?" I'm like, No, I'm here to turn it in. Then in my frustration, I'm like, F this. All right, let me check the quest log. Oh, it's not my active one. It's active. All right, let me talk to the guy. The guy's like, "Hi, how are you doing?" I'm like, son of a bitch. I go out of it. I have to wait for the system to go, "You need to talk to this guy." And then I go talk to him. So it's like there's a slight delay, even when you toggle between active quests.
Well, that just sounds silly.
Yes, absolutely. But, as I said, I've continued to put time in it, so there must be something to it.
There is something about the game. It's kind of like something about Mary.
Sure.
No, not really.
No, not really. Okay, so we've got a good list of topics for this evening. So let's start off with an interesting one, and that is, when games get a re-release on a newer version of a console, so let's say you played, let's say you played a game on the PlayStation 3, and that game is now coming out on the PlayStation 5. How do you feel about some of those long time spent save files? Let's say it's a huge RPG, and you put a shit ton of time in to make sure that your game is just you basically maxed out everything. And now it came back out for the PlayStation 5, like, oh my gosh, I would love to play this game with the better graphics with all I've got. But of course, no.
I mean, two things I can think of. One is, practically speaking, there's a good chance, and I'm using the PlayStation 3 because that's what the question user asked about.
Yep.
It's probably been enough years in between the PS3 gameplay and the current PS5 remastered edition where I'm not going to remember what the hell is going on with the PS3 edition. I know there's going to be the outlier who still plays their PlayStation 3 daily, and by gosh, it's the OG console. We all know those people exist. So I'm not
the PlayStation 3, it isn't.
One person. But for the most part, it's been what, at least 8-9 years, really, since the PS4 came out.
Right.
That's the first thing. The second thing is, we all know remasters or remakes, they're more of they're a remaster / remake. Whatever they say, there's always slight changes to quest and inventory, and there's always tweaks in that regard. And, you always talk about the quality control of basically emulation and why they don't just throw everything on there because of liability and stuff.
Right.
Now, all of a sudden, you want to throw it on there. Hey, let's also bring your old quest. Can you imagine the insane amount of bugs that would cause on a game? I just don't know how you could plan for all those different scenarios in that case. So yeah.
No, and Zealeus is right. One of the things that I don't think that everyone understands is that when they do a re-release of the game, yes, there might be just a graphical update, but you're talking about potentially a new architecture, and potentially they have a more optimized way of saving files, so that you're not going to have that same save file. Question: do you think the companies do it that way on purpose to rehook you, kind of like Apple phones become defunct after a while and they make you want the shiny new one? All right, two things. Let's do the second one first. Apple wants you to buy the new. The Apple phones become defunct after a while, and they make you want the shiny new one. That's capitalism. You always want the new shiny thing. The other thing is, and Apple had to admit it, is that the older your phone gets, it's going to get slower because the OS, your system can no longer keep up with the brand new OS, which is tailored to the newer phones. And there's also the fact that your battery is going to go bad at some point, which will, of course, mean you have to buy a new phone. Now, do I think that companies do it that way on purpose to rehook you? I will say this. I think there's a lot of companies out there who try to reel you back in because of nostalgia. I don't know if it's, I don't think it's, well, we don't want you to have that save file. But I think it's just, I remember when I played this game, and man, does it suck that I can't pick up where I left off. But Zealeus is right. If, let's say, for the PlayStation 3 to the PlayStation 5, hopefully you've played other games between then and now. That maybe the beautiful thing about nostalgia is that everything is rosy and lollipops and rainbows. Even if there were glaring holes in the game that you would have noticed if you had played it today versus remembering it from 8-9 years ago. So I think that, so one of the interesting thing is, if we were actually, let's say I know that the question was PlayStation 3 to PlayStation 5, but I'm just going to push it back to PlayStation 2, where you have an actual memory card.
Ooh.
Where it's not stored on the system. That would be like, you'd have to buy like a third, maybe a peripheral to then transfer your save game onto something and then transfer it back, that would be weird because people would decrypt that in half a heartbeat and then crack your save.
Well, and you also start doing the bean counting of what it would cost to do both the development and quality control of converting those save games.
Yep.
How much money is a developer or publisher really going to make from allowing the transfer from saves from an older console to the current gen? I really can't imagine it's going to push the needle at all.
Yeah,
like,
no.
I wouldn't even call it a percentage point. It's like a fraction of percentage point.
Yeah, it's a fraction of percentage. Absolutely.
Yeah, it doesn't move it enough.
It's just like what a lot of people, like, why can't I play? Why isn't everything backwards compatible? Me jumping on my soapbox. And I know in the consumer, basically in the product creator's mindset, my yelling and screaming is very much in the minority. So as much as awesome as it would be to be able to play all my games on the latest and greatest consoles, like the latest Nintendo, I want to play all my old school Nintendo now. There's not enough pull to cover the massive amount of cost that it would, especially with like the going from cartridge or disc to a discless system.
Yep, no, I agree. Yeah, some things are worth it and some things are not. That is definitely one that is not. Yes. I mean, it's interesting.
So, speaking of gaming through time, ladies and gentlemen, this month, the month of November, marks the 20th year of the Hitman franchise.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Hitman first came out in 2000. It was called Hitman Codename 47. Then you had Hitman 2, Silent Assassin, which was in 2002. Hitman Contracts, which is 2004. Hitman Blood Money, which is 2006. I think I actually own Blood Money, and I tried it for a couple hours and couldn't get past like the second mission because I suck at stealth. Then you jump... let's see here. Then in 2012 was Hitman Absolution, which then had spin-offs of Hitman Sniper Challenge and Hitman Go and Hitman Sniper. Then they basically they had I don't want to call it reimagining, but basically, how some franchises, instead of going up in numbers, they just reset to just the title.
Yep.
In 2016. Hitman came out, and this was actually episodically released, which I don't know. I'm not exactly sure how much on board I would have been with that, but I'm not a Hitman connoisseur. Hitman 2 came out in 2018, and then Hitman 3 is due out in January of 2021.
You know what I really enjoy the Hitman movie.
But they got
I thought it was good. I thought it was good.
Which one?
The first one. That's the only one I've seen is the first one.
Yes.
I didn't even know there's others, but
there's a second one. So they've got Hitman the movie, and then they actually made a movie called Hitman Codename 47, which is basically like a homage to the very first Hitman game.
Have you seen that one?
No, I've only seen the first movie with Timothy Oliphant, I believe is as the main character, whose name is never said because he's just a serial number on the back, or a barcode on the back of his head.
But as in all movies where they're just a serial number, they get a soul.
Of course.
Or do they?
Who knows?
Isn't that the point of watching the movie, to find out?
Maybe. But usually in those things, it's usually the character who has no conscience, no past, no identity, somehow always seems to magically want to know their past and have an identity and break from the system that they were so good at because of somebody or something happening that magically triggers them.
Or don't forget, it's always the glimpse of that one random really hot chick, and they look at them, and it like gives them the magical flashback because they saw that one person at just the right time. It's
either that or it's that one hot chick going, but why do you do it? And you're like, oh my God, you're right. Why do I do it? I need to get out of here.
I've never thought about why I do things in my entire life of growing up.
Damn it.
That's something totally random, but do you ever watch the Netflix Amazon Prime show Hannah?
Okay. Netflix, Amazon Prime. That's two different services.
I was wondering if you got noticed. I meant just Amazon Prime.
So I watched the movie, and then I've watched a little bit of the TV series.
So I like the TV series, and it really actually spends a lot of time delving into that exact question of basically young ninja assassins and basically them thinking about the morality of like, should I or should I not be doing it? It's a good show. I enjoy it.
But yeah, I need to watch more. I think I've watched the first like 3 or 4 episodes, but of the first season.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty solid. So the next topic is due to this wonderful pandemic that we're going through, COVID. You know that a lot of things have been getting canceled or have already been canceled or maybe postponed or whatever. This is the world we live in where things that used to be normal are no longer normal.
The new normal is not normal.
So as many of you have heard or seen, both Zealeus and I have been struggling with the fact that there was no MomoCon this year.
There was no MomoCon this year.
There will hopefully be a MomoCon next year in May. But that being said, we're also seeing, there as a result of people not being able to go to these convention centers and or even going to like concerts and stuff. You're seeing individuals or organizers trying to find some sort of virtual, I guess not equivalent, but some kind of virtual setting where you can kind of experience what you would in the environment. So the question I received is, with having attended in-person events and concerts and the crazy world we live in right now, how do you feel about virtual conventions and concerts?
So you know what actually I've been spending ironically a lot of time lately doing?
What's that?
Is watching actually for a couple months now, not just lately.
All right.
Is YouTube concerts of bands I really like. And actually I've started weirdly recently getting into reaction videos. Hi, thank you for stepping on my keyboard. It's kind of what I've been watching lately. And maybe it's because I haven't been able to experience a concert in what feels like forever now, that I am maybe subconsciously filling that void in a different way to kind of get that music experience that I crave. So I kind of have been doing that, I guess, in a roundabout way, and enjoying it. I haven't really done anything that I would consider part of the conventions. Dragon Con weekend, some friends and I played virtual board games. We all hopped on a Zoom and played some that way. But as far as, I'm not sure how I feel about like a virtual convention meetup, like watching a concert remotely or music event. That makes sense to me. Because you can kind of sit there in the comfort of your own home, enjoy the music. I'm not sure how I feel about a convention though, because we talked about the couple times on the show where a part of the beauty of the convention is the camaraderie with your friends you go with, and hopefully meet other random people there. And we contact you don't live stream. As fun as it is, it's not the moments with the going to the panel with David Tennant. It's kind of the other stuff that goes with the event that you just can't really recreate in a house. I know they've tried. I remember looking at Dragon Con, they had the virtual marketplace, and you could kind of tell the starting bids or starting quantities, because there were even numbers. It was like 50 or 100, and you can just kind of tell what the starting was.
Right.
And you could just tell, even like the more popular booths I've been to in the past, very few sales.
Right.
You figure, Dragon Con's a very well-known convention. If that one has very few sales, and a lot of them with free shipping too, which I thought was interesting.
I mean, they're trying to find any way to get to make any money.
I just have a hard time believing there's going to be a lot of success in that realm. I think it's a little bit different for something like a BlizzCon, where that's more catered, like sitting here watching. I mean, we sit here, we kind of play video games in our basement.
Mhm.
That's more catered, I think, towards that kind of home environment experience.
Right.
I mean, I know you got like PAX, obviously, which you go there for the people, but I think some things like BlizzCon, and they've already done it. It's like they already have that history. So I think something like that also lends itself a little bit better, especially if it's more about like announcements and what's going on with the developer and stuff like that. So I think it varies a little bit too on what they're trying to do.
So, first of all, I would love to be able to go back to in-person things. I think that there's definitely conventions out there, or I want to say convention experiences out there that definitely can be experienced virtually, where you're not losing too much. But for me personally, I love walking like the vendor or the convention hall and just feeling the vibe and the pulse of the convention, and striking up random conversations with people that I've never met before, because they have an amazing costume, or maybe they stumble in our panel by accident and end up staying the entire time, and then end up being super duper good friends with us. You don't know. I mean, it's. I feel like there's a better chance for me personally, of getting that a more powerful or impactful experience live than I would virtually. Now, I've tried to attend some of the free virtual conventions that have been provided this year, and I have to say that when because I'm not physically there, and I've put it on my calendar and stuff, but I've actually missed an entire convention because I just got busy. I'm not actually at the convention. There's no, you kind of, for me personally, you kind of lock in with what you're doing when you're physically there. The other thing is, and this has been kind of, I don't know, making me a little antsy, is I haven't really done a creator review all year. And usually by this time, I mean, at least through MomoCon, I've got, at least 12 or 15 interviews that I've posted, and I've talked to developers out there, and I've seen how they've been doing. Oh, by the way, speaking of MomoCon, there was a game that was shown off at last year's MomoCon called what was it called?
I don't know. What was it called?
It was some kind of it was a like a pictogram type of game. It was some kind of like puzzle league makeout something. I'll have to, of course I'm blanking out now, but actually I'll cheat here. Hold on a second.
No, I'm very confused.
They actually just released their game into the Switch store, so that's why I'm. Hold on, let me check real quick, because this is gonna bug me.
How much is it going to bug you, sir? Like on a scale of 1 to 4?
17.
Oh dear.
Oh,
I'm not sure you would be able to go on with life.
It's gonna be close, ladies and gentlemen. It's gonna be close. Now, of course, if I could just find the right year of MomoCon on the YouTube, I could tell you. The YouTube. Damn it! Now I'm talking like old people. No, it's not 2021. It'd be 2019. Thank you for playing, Zealeus.
That's the last time we went, I suppose.
Yes, it was. Let's see here. It is called Pixel Puzzle Makeout League. It is now out on the Switch. But anyways, getting back to it, I hope that we could find a way to have in-person conventions happen again, because I think that's... I haven't been to a convention where I've been just an attendee and so freaking long that I don't think I know what to do with myself. I think that's why I've kind of stumbled through missing out on a convention, simply because I'm not doing interviews. I don't have a fan table. I'm not,
Well, now would be a good time. It's been so long since you've gone as a panelist.
Yeah, but it would have to be physically. I have to be there for me to actually, do stuff. Even
speaking of MomoCon, though.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if you saw, but they're having actually I just put in the chat.
Which is digital.momocon.com.
Yeah, they're having a special charity digital event from December 11th, not 11th,
11th.
December 11th to December 13th.
Nice.
So kind of like you were just saying, they're kind of trying to keep that, even though you can't go physically together, you're still trying to keep that community spirit alive where possible.
Right. And now to the second part of the question was concerts. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if I would actually watch an entire concert virtually. And hell, I don't think I've actually seen an entire concert in person. I think I've seen more. I've gone to more concerts, and about 80% of them I have left before seeing the entire concert.
What?
Yeah.
I don't think I ever left before the end of a concert.
Did you get there to watch all the warm-up bands?
I don't count the warm-up bands.
That's part of the concert.
When I say going to a concert, I'm going like for a specific band, not for the entire show.
Let's say that the specific band that you came to see is not the headliner.
Then I don't consider it leaving early. When I say going to a concert, I'm talking about I'm going to a concert for a band, not for all three bands.
There.
So I guess that's what I mean.
Fine. Okay. So if you look at it that way, then I attend the vast majority. I complete my my quest upon seeing.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yes.
I can see where we're differing in our definition.
No,
of
like
if
if there's a bunch of nerdy bands and all I really want to do is watch or tune into I Fight Dragons and Protomen and the mini bosses, and there's a bunch of other guys, and I leave after seeing those three bands. And with your logic, you've completed it. I'm just saying there's other bands that there's still music being played is the approach I was going. But once again, same with conventions, concerts. There's an experience component, getting lost in the music and screaming and yelling and being able to sing at the top of your lungs. And even if you can't sing, or maybe you can sing, it's all fun because you get, this like uplifting vibe of everyone is having a good time. Even if you're moshing, because you've got all that adrenaline going, please don't fall, please don't fall, please don't fall.
I'm too old to mosh.
Oh,
my body can't heal like it used to, man. I know I'm not the only one here.
Oh, believe me, after going 24 hours of gaming and basically sitting for almost that entire 24 hours, I'm old and rickety.
I've watched concerts online, recorded ones, but I don't think I ever sat, to your point though, I don't think I ever sat through like entire like show at once. Like I'll watch it over like multiple nights. But I haven't just sat down and like for 2 hours and watched a concert that way.
Well, I mean, one of the things that, it's just like TV, you could, with it being virtual, chances are you could probably stop and, jump back like 30 seconds or something. So you can maybe hear your favorite song again and then skip ahead to catch back up with the live concert.
The only thing I did like when COVID was like when we were kind of first in quarantine, one of my favorite bands, Within Temptation, what they started to do is every week on Thursday, they would show it. Actually, I probably did watch these in their entirety. They would live stream one of their concerts on YouTube, but both YouTube and Facebook Live. And the idea is then it was more of like a community thing because people then, because they were showing it live, it wasn't recorded or anything, to like for archival purposes. So that was more like all the fans then were in the chatting about the concert as it was happening. But that is much different than sitting and watching a recorded show. So I thought that was a really cool way to kind of bring the community together and kind of blend the two in a way.
There's also with being able to watch it virtually and not having to deal with, and not having, there are some bonuses. I mean, you don't have to deal with the person jumping up and down in front of you where you can't see the band, or perhaps.
And don't forget, they're going to have their iPad. No, the giant iPad Pro with a 13-inch screen recording it at the same time.
or you're accidentally you're closer to the left speaker than the right, so things are getting kind of thrown out of sync. Yeah.
Wibbly wobbly.
Wibbly wobbly. I don't know, but it's the thing is, you create unique experiences from that kind of situation. Like, you remember when we went to that concert and we were in the nosebleeds but it was awesome. So anyways, I'm
curious because
go for it.
I was saying Trans-Siberian Orchestra is coming to Atlanta in December.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of intrigued because I'm like, is it full? Are they doing how are they doing this basically?
Who knows?
I don't know, man.
Now, you were talking about one of the bands that you follow. They're doing, they were streaming live concerts. There are quite a few bands out there in certain genres that have I think it's every other week or maybe even every week where they do kind of just a little an hour sit down where they kind of strum, sing, kind of basically jam, and keep an eye on the chat and converse with the fans as best they can. And that's an interesting experience that you probably wouldn't. I mean, you wouldn't get at a concert unless they pulled you up on stage, which would be awesome.
An entertaining one that's doing that is Dragon Force has been doing that on Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
It's what they do. It's kind of entertaining. So it's the I don't know the guy's names actually, but it's the Asian guitarist guy, and I think he's the drummer or bassist. I don't know. But what they'll do is, so the guitarist guy is the host, and then the other guy, and what they'll do is they'll pick a band, and it's usually some kind of metal or progressive rock band, kind of in the vein of Dragon Force, and they will basically write a song in basically 10 minutes, trying to emulate that band's type of music.
Mm-hmm.
So a popular band I've heard of them is called Sabaton. They're kind of in that genre, but they're all angry war music.
Right.
And so they'll always kind of riff at the band too. And so they're actually friends with this band. And so they'll start off I am angry. I am fighting against Nazis. And they'll make lyrics basically making fun of the bands.
Right.
What's happened too is because they're now playing this music, they have got DMCA strikes automated against them on Twitch.
Woo!
And some of it's for their own music. So it's oh goodness. And to your point though, it's kind of giving a band like Dragon Force kind of a way to interact with the community in a different, interesting way. That if we weren't in this weird COVID quarantine, nobody probably pay attention to. But now it's we need entertainment.
No, absolutely. I think that there's definitely a new avenues that are being, kind of optimized so that people could still get, they're getting a new experience, but they're also getting to experience things that they might have missed out on before. I won't lie. I've gone back and rewatched segments of concerts that it may not be the one that I was at, but I definitely went on like the Foo Fighters, one of the tours they went on. I saw some of their songs on YouTube. It wasn't the one that was at the Georgia State University football stadium, but it's still that type of situation. I definitely have gone back and watched that.
Sure. Yep.
But yeah, I think there's a place for both in person and virtual. I think that and we talked about this last week. I think the one thing that really holds back virtual is the fact that we don't, as much as we like to think we do in the United States of America, we do not have a completely solid network infrastructure. And so if you were to go strictly virtual, and a lot of schools are figuring this out, there are going to be some people who get to miss out on that. And of course, It is my job. It's my 9-to-5 job where I'm trying for, not for, well, hell, I guess it would extend to this. I have to basically check for accessibility and compliance that fall underneath ADA, Americans with Disability Act, so that individuals who, if there's something available, all individuals, no matter their disability, should have free and equal access to said material. Now, of course, this I'm not exactly sure how this is going with virtual learning, where you have individuals whose internet connection goes, and so they're not getting that same equal opportunity. It's not, and I guess in a way, it's a technology handicap. So I think
Different schools have handled that differently. So for private schools, we're basically like, good luck, fix it.
Yeah.
But public schools, I don't know if they're doing it out of the basically compliance mandate or not, or if they're but some schools still actually get hotspots for the kids to come basically pick up or deliver them to their house. Yeah, and I don't know the circumstances of what's the initiative behind that, but some schools are doing that. But I think for the most part, I think basically if the family's in that situation, it's just kind of unfortunately not going to end well regardless.
Now something that Zealeus and I talked about last week was, even if you have perfect internet connection, because everything is virtual, you have a child who's doing the virtual learning on their school, let's just say school supplied laptop, and let's say that the laptop can do exactly what it needs to do, but you also have two working parents who are also, having meetings where they're in a Zoom or a Blue Jeans or WebEx or whatever other platform is out there. You're seeing issues with that.
Yep.
And that's actually something that myself and my wife have been running into constantly with our eldest son, is that I can't tell you how many times the teacher's like, your son needs to be in a better internet connection. I think his connection is poor. I'm like, it's not poor. He's literally right next to the freaking hub. He's got like 99% signal strength. My wife and I are, of course, like I said, we're doing. We also have meetings, so we're eating up some of that upload. But the other thing that I found out, and this is just technology wise, is that my son was provided a Chromebook from the county for the public school he attends, and it turns out that if you plug in peripherals into that laptop, it craps out. The number one, do not plug in, do not connect an external monitor to go to screens.
Yep, makes sense. I mean, requiring extra GPU processing power probably.
I've noticed that the mouse and the keyboard also not as big as the monitor, but they still cause issues because you're utilizing a USB port.
Well, I mean, I know the problem we ran into with distance learning when first started is people don't realize how CPU intensive video rendering is.
Yes.
It's just super intensive. And we had some MacBooks that basically crashed and burned from basically rendering video all day long. And it seems like, I don't know the technicalities behind it, but it seems like you can stream basically like YouTube and Netflix on a laptop all day long. It'll be just fine. But once you start bringing in like the Zoom or the Google Meet, it's actually like transcoding that video on your computer. And that's what absolutely kills it.
Right. Well, because it's live. It's having to, it's capturing,
it's capturing the video and audio,
doing the codecs and then spitting it back out.
It's just brutal on computers.
Absolutely.
And most people, they're doing it like, before like an hour a day. So you never really noticed it, or it just kind of worked around it.
Now kids are, they start like 8 and they're done by 2. So that's 6 hours. And out of those 6 hours, they're probably, in video calls, let's say 3.5 of those 6 hours, where the other 2.5 or, assignments or maybe small groups or something. And it totally, it's insane. Yeah, I mean, this is the
different world we live in, man.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I do want to. This is every single week we like to give a shout out to the friends of the show. So let's take just a quick little break and give you some of the amazing people out there who love and support Alter Confusion. So we want to love and support them. First up is the Indie Cluster. You can find out more information by going to indiecluster.com. The Indie Cluster is an organization of independent game developers that want to gain exposure by being involved in the community. They collectively journey to popular conferences as a traveling booth to help gain attention for their games. They make partnerships in local communities to bring games to the mainstream mindset. They highlight local, unusual, and rare concepts to challenge the paradigm of the common. They also host events to teach kids and minority groups about game development and hopefully one day enter the industry themselves. This is an amazing group. We've seen them several times at different conventions. I highly, highly recommend that you support the Indie Cluster, and also if you are an independent developer, definitely reach out to them, see what they could do for you. The next shout out, of course, that we have to do is Hero Chiropractic. This is Dr. Ryan. He is my chiropractor. He is my son's chiropractor. We're actually going to see him tomorrow. Hero Chiropractic is a unique healthcare practice set up by Ryan Moore. The company's focus to elevate a patient's experience of freedom, creative expression, and joy. They believe that everyone can be a hero and has incredible heroic potential inside themselves waiting to be unleashed. Hero Chiropractic focuses on mobile chiropractic care in the greater Atlanta area. They are committed to healing clients by creating a plan of action uniquely suited for each person. They make that plan of action as convenient and affordable as possible, and most importantly, suited to your individual needs. So definitely, if you're in the greater Atlanta area, check out herochiropractic.com. Now, of course, we have a huge longtime friend of the show, and that, of course, is Craig Campbell and his amazingness called Nerdburger Games. Nerdburger Games is the game design imprint of award-winning RPG designer Craig Campbell. Craig has done a whole bunch of RPG design freelancing in the past. Several years ago, he dove into designing his own RPG. Now, Nerdburger Games has multiple RPGs and is showing no signs of stopping. Nerdburger Games endeavors to create games that explore quarters of the RPG landscape that haven't been explored, or haven't been explored very often. These games forgo dense gaming mechanics in favor of lighter rule sets that allow players to focus on telling fun, engaging, memorable stories. Now, they just wrapped up a Kickstarter for Good Strong Hands, but they also have in their repertoire a game called Capers, Die Laughing, and Mergers and Acquisitions, and I think they're toying around with a couple other games on the side. But definitely check out nerdburgergames.com. They're a hell of a lot of fun. Zealeus and I have personally partaken, whatever the word is, in several of these games. Zealeus and I played quite a few Capers missions or campaigns, Die Laughing, and, of course, Mergers and Acquisitions, which was, I guess, really the thing that ushered us into the Craig Campbell experience. And no lie, every single time I've played any of these games, it's been a very unique and important and fun experience that I remember after, years after playing it. And then finally, we want to do a shout out to our watering hole. That, of course, is the only and the best place for all us nerdy and geeks to congregate, and that is Battle and Brew. Battle and Brew is Atlanta's first and oldest gaming bar and restaurant. Opened in 2005, Battle and Brew had a very modest menu, a few beer taps, and focused heavily on gaming. Now, they have grown to encompass so much more. They pioneered geek trivia in Atlanta and remain the hardest trivia in town. They have upgraded the menu from only a few items to all your bar favorites and some soon-to-be favorites. They've expanded the gaming and kept everything top of the line. They've taken a good place and made it a great place. A place where the staff listens to your desires and suggestions. A place where you and your friends feel like you're at home. A place where everyone knows your game. And as I've stated so many times already, I'm going to state it again. Once COVID is over and I can freely go back to Battle and Brew, I will be Ubering or lifting home because I will be permanently stuck in my bar chair catching up on lost time.
What about walking home?
There's no way in hell I would walk home because chances are I would have to take I-285, and that is not a good idea for Charlie to be walking on I-285 at night.
You can walk the back roads.
then I will see you in a week because I'll probably get lost in the back roads. If I require a Lyft or an Uber to get me home, and you're telling me to walk at night, I probably won't make it home. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's do some self-promotion for Alter Confusion. Now, I know that I just did this past Thursday was Extra Life, but I do still want you could still donate. So let's do a quick shout out for Extra Life. Alter Confusion has successfully participated in our 9th straight year of raising money for Extra Life. Extra Life is for gamers doing what they do best, gaming, so they can help sick and injured children at their chosen Children's Miracle Network hospital. Alter Confusion always has supported or has always raised money for the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. The money that we raise through Extra Life goes directly to our chosen hospital as unrestricted funds. This means that the hospital decides where and how to spend the money to ensure the dollars we raise make the biggest impact in the lives of the kids they treat. Currently, this year's goal was $250. I believe we're now sitting at $276. So thank you for everyone who donated, and a big thanks to the last-minute donation who not only donated on Thursday night, this past Tuesday night, but they also brought 80 viewers over to the channel to say hi.
Hot diggity.
So thank you, everyone, for supporting Extra Life and Alter Confusion. Remember, you still can donate to there. Zealeus has put in the chat how to, basically the link to our Extra Life link. If you're listening to this, all you got to do is go to www.alteredconfusion.com and you'll find I need to put that on there. You will find the Extra Life information on the new website because we have officially switched completely over to that one.
It's so official, man.
But it's an amazing, it's an amazing thing. Like I said, this is my 9th straight year, and spoiler alert, ladies and gentlemen, I believe that starting next year, when I partake in Extra Life again, I may actually split time with another individual, so I won't be gaming 24 hours straight. I might be around those 24 hours, but I may not be the main focus for little chunks of the experience.
Is that allowed?
Yes.
I'm not talking about Extra Life rules. I'm talking about according to the Alter Confusion rules.
Technically, the individual who may help me out has the exact same name as me. So I see no problem.
Nope. I don't think it's legal.
Damn it. Well, we'll talk about it later. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Also, I do want to point out that Alter Confusion does have a Patreon. Alter Confusion survives on the love and support of fans like you. And so we have a Patreon page. Patreon lets you, the fan supporters, become active participants in the work we love through a monthly membership. This gives you access to exclusive content, community, and insight into our creative process. In exchange, we gain a bit more freedom to do our best work and the stability we need to build an even stronger creative career. Now, I will say right now we only have 2 tiers. It's a $1 and a $5 a month tier, which, to be honest with you, I hope that everyone is financially secure enough that they would be able to at least put $1 forward every single year. $1 could go a long way for us at Alter Confusion. It helps us cover the cost of website hosting, the podcast hosting, as well as cover some of the convention costs that thankfully we have not incurred this year. But it's never a bad idea to have a little bit of a surplus to cover incidental equipment breakdown or whatnot. I know that I utilized a good chunk of the Alter Confusion, I guess, slush fund to finally replace the battery in our camcorder, which is I think 13 years old now. So
just need a new camcorder.
Going forward, I don't have enough. Alter Confusion does not have enough funds to buy a new camcorder.
Christmas gift.
If anyone wants to gift Ultra Confusion a new camcorder for Christmas, that would be amazing.
You know, all the silly pants that your family gives you, just ask for a camcorder instead.
Don't think that's going to happen. But the main thing is,
You might use one of those.
Thanks to the money that Ultra Confusion has gained through Patreon, we were able to buy a new battery, which would allow me personally not to have to lug around 25 feet of extension cord to every single booth I'm doing an interview with. I can actually just bring the camcorder, the tripod, the mics, and the amp.
That would be pretty sweet.
That would be pretty sweet, because let me tell you, after carrying all that stuff around all day, it's,
No, I've seen you carry it. It's quite the event.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I do want to point out that although there is a $1 and a $5 tier, if you want to subscribe and basically donate more than $5 a month, you can do so by basically just choosing a custom amount when you go sign up for your Patreon. The one thing I do ask, plea, is that if you do donate more than $5, please let me know, because I want to do something special for you. I want you to truly get your money's worth. As much as I mean, don't get me wrong, I love if you could support Ultra Confusion more than $5 a month. That would be amazing. But I want you to get more back as well. Now,
you mean like a comic book series?
Maybe I will give you the PDF of the first 200 episodes of the Ultra Confusion webcomic.
Ooh, fancy.
Yes. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I do know that there are people out there who may not be financially stable enough to do a monetary donation, or maybe you can only do a one-time donation. We do have a PayPal account that you could do a one-time thing. Right now, the only place that PayPal account is active is on twitch.tv/ultraconfusion. It's in the bar below this video. It's a donate now button. There is not one currently on the new Ultra Confusion website. That will be remedied. But if you want to do a one-time donation, that's how you do it. If you want to give something physical to Ultra Confusion, say a coffee cup or a t-shirt or some kind of swag that you want us to show off during the show within reason,
swag.
You can send it to Ultra Confusion at 1551 Dunwoody. That's DUNWOODY Village Parkway. This is very important. Number 88276. If you do not include the number, that will go to the post office proper and will be returned to you. That number, 88276, is the P.O. Box number and is required to be there in order for us to receive the package. And the city is Dunwoody, once again, DUNWOODY, Georgia 30338. Now, of course, if the one thing that I hope that everyone out there who watches the show, who watches the video, listens to the podcast, checks out the reviews, all that stuff, the one thing that I hope that everyone can do is share what you like on all your social media platforms. Favorite it, follow. Make sure that when you're following or subscribing that you turn on your notifications so that you don't miss out on any of the Ultra Confusion stuff. And of course, truly, every single Thursday, this show is about the community. It's about the audience. We want to open up a dialogue. We do have live gaming streams on Sundays, most Sundays, and Tuesday nights. There, of course, once again, you can definitely open up a dialogue, try to distract me, do some backseat gaming, whatever.
Front seat gaming?
I don't know how that one would work. Yeah.
I can make anything work for you.
Oh, that sounds wrong. Anyways, but yeah, the most amazing thing that you could do is favorite us, share us, follow us, subscribe to us, all that stuff. It means the world to us to be able to have these conversations, and experience. Maybe we've missed a game, or maybe there's something about a certain part of a game that we've missed out on. And the only way that we're going to figure this out is if if we have that dialogue. So, please, by all means, we love to chit chat. If you send anything on our, if you comment on our YouTube video or our Twitch or Twitter or Facebook or Instagram, it all goes to me, and I will try my damnedest to try to get back to you as soon as I can. Now, we're going to swing on to, hopefully we've got enough time for these two last topics, but we're going to try. We'll see. So big news. Speaking of YouTube, there was a big name YouTuber who has over 2.4 million subscribers.
Oh dear, that's a lot.
That is Mr. Dalek JD. He unfortunately made a huge error in judgment. The individual is one. Ironically, last week we talked about Dr. Disrespect basically getting screwed over by Activision because of the Twitch ban. Well, here is a story about a YouTuber who was caught plagiarizing a smaller channel's content for the Call of Duty Black Ops early release.
Was it us?
No, it was not us. One, I don't play Call of Duty, and two, even though this number is still astronomical to Alter Confusion, it's minimum when you compare it to the YouTuber, Mr. Dalek JD. Once again, 2.4 million subscribers. The channel that he stole stuff from was a channel called Suggestive Gaming, which has 200,000 subscribers. So basically, what this gentleman did is all the big names YouTubers who got the creator key, that got an early look at the Call of Duty Black Ops game. You got to look at the storyline. You got to look at all the mechanics. Well, what this gentleman did is he took, and I shit you not, he took the entire script from Suggestive Gaming that they did for their video, and he re-recorded it in his own voice on top of a video that looks very similar to his. And the reason why is that the video editing style that this gentleman went with, so that the script would sync up, was exactly similar to the Suggestive Gaming channel.
Wow.
Now, that being said, there's always going to be people out there going, well, that's a dick move. I hope he gets what's coming to him. And in a way, yes. There's still time to see what the true result is, but he has already come out and copped to it. He sent out a social media message stating, "I just wanted to take a moment to address the tweets circulating this evening about myself and another YouTuber. I had reached out privately to resolve the matter, but it's only fair that I publicly apologize to Suggestive Games. What I did was extremely wrong and a very poor judgment. We as a gaming community should be a team, and I let the team down with my recent actions. I apologize profusely for what I have done. This has made me reevaluate the way I create content for my channel, and it will not happen again." Okay, so that last sentence makes me scratch my head. Zealeus, you probably have like 30 seconds where you have to update your Walmart page.
I'm furiously refreshing already, but I'm actually listening to the story because
so
this
he goes,
is crazy.
This has made me reevaluate the way I create content. So is he copying to the fact that he's plagiarized before, or he's plagiarized often? Because that's what it came off to me when I first read that.
It's your typical "I'm sorry, but not really sorry" apology.
He's like, "I'm sorry because I got caught" type of apology.
No, that's literally all it is.
Yeah.
Like in that case, dude knows exactly what he's doing.
Yep.
There's absolutely no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And I would absolutely not be shocked if he does it. I pressed add to cart, by the way. We're going to see what happens here. And so if he's done it once,
right,
he's done it before. It's like any other cheater and anything in life. If you've done something once, it's happened before. So the internet is full of crazy internet sleuths. So I would not be surprised if somebody out there is, investigating and being like, ha, 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 ha. I'm going to go through every single video and try to kind of figure out what's going on. Would not shock me in the least.
Well, it's one of those things where I'm so big that I'm not guilty until I'm caught.
Oh, yeah. Well, and the funny thing is to me is like, I could almost kind of see like if they tried doing it to somebody like us, let's be honest, nobody's probably going to notice that was plagiarized from us.
Unless, of
like,
course,
what
we
if
unless
us-
the thing is, unless we caught it and then some kind of social media storm picked it up.
That's what I mean. Like, but like we would have to be the ones who notice.
Right. No. But the thing is, because I mean, even the thing is, this suggestive gaming, they still, I mean, they do have 200,000 subscribers, so they had potentially at least 200,000 voices that could, lend to the, to basically plastering the social media across. Now, of course, All Too Confused is a much smaller channel, so it would take a little bit more than the number of subscribers we have on YouTube, at least. But for us, because we're a smaller thing, it would take a much bigger act for someone humongous to actually get caught. That's what I'm saying.
Well, the thing that's funny to me is it seems like a stupid decision to plagiarize somebody with that many followers in the first place.
Well, why plagiarize someone who's in that elite group who has early access? That's the
True.
thing.
Make it even more obvious.
Right. You cut the list down a huge chunk. Like, it's not like everyone out there could make this video where you could say, potentially, I took a little bit of someone else's video, I took a little bit of that. I didn't steal it completely from you, but since it's a very, elite selection of YouTubers, that's pretty dumb. Now, speaking of dumb, let's move on to our last and biggest topic.
Wait, there's more dumbness out there?
Yeah. Remember what's been going on with Twitch and the DMCA takedowns? Have they been just, randomly just deleting people's stuff? Well,
Sure.
It's still not completely solved, and shit's still hitting the fan. So here's, but I'm going to explain this, and it's going to be, and I promise you that what I'm about to say is 100% real, and it's crazy, and I don't understand it, but I'm going to tell you. Okay. So streamers are once again getting hit again by more copyright claims.
Okay.
There's also streamers who are receiving strikes against them for copyright claims on content that has been deleted, sometimes by the creator themselves and sometimes by Twitch. So they're still getting strikes after the content is no longer available.
Nice.
Now, the other thing is one of the things on Twitch is that you have the ability to save your streams, basically video on demand it, so that individuals who missed your stream could watch you play that game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what buttons Twitch has pushed, but they apparently have like up to 11 when it comes to copyright, trying to catch copyright infringement. Streamers are now experiencing, when going back through their videos on demand, muting, because that's what they do. If you have something that's copyright protected, they basically mute that section of your game. They kind of just guesstimate how long the mute's going to be for. But what's happening is now on videos on demand, in-game sound effects are getting muted.
Jeez. It's almost like, I don't know. Sorry, go on.
No, and just to give you an exact example, there is a Twitch streamer out there who basically has stated that I exclusively stream WoW. And so World of Warcraft, by the way, just for anyone out there who don't know what WoW is, I exclusively play WoW. And I got a muted audio on my latest video on demand, apparently in Sinjin Village. The audio was the medium wind storm with gusts, whistles, and low rumble sound effect, which is credited to Hollywood Edge Sound Effects Library.
Yep. It's almost like they enacted like a new DMCA like copyright database almost.
I don't know.
And like it just got maybe a little bit more overzealous than they thought it would be.
Now there has been a lot of, so I understand there are streamers out there who play music in the background while they game. And so, the hopefully they just give you the mute. They don't actually give you a strike unless it's like
Yep.
egregious. For context, if you were to compare the streaming on Twitch to the streaming on Facebook, Facebook actually obtains a music licensing right so that your music could be there. However, the caveat is that they take some of the creator's profit to cover said cost. And so Twitch said, well, we think the streamers are going to be hit too hard with us trying to take money from them, so we're not going to do it. Which technically, okay, Twitch is Amazon.
I know. That's why I'm kind of wondering where some of this is stemming from.
So
Is
like-
like if Amazon was like, yep.
okay, so the thing is, like, they have it. I'm not saying that Amazon or Twitch is I mean, they are in the wrong, but they have a shit ton of money. So why not just get the stupid license and help everyone out? Foster goodwill towards the community that's getting really pissed off right now.
Because the only way they make money is if they have a happy community. I mean, this is one case. Like, if you're EA and you piss off your FIFA people,
Right.
well, they'll come back next year anyways. But in this case, if you're Twitch and you piss off all your streamers, they'll go, well, Mixer's dead, YouTube Gaming's dead. So I don't know exactly where they're going.
Facebook gaming.
I don't know, but they're going somewhere. Well, everybody hates Facebook now, so who knows?
Yeah, just right. I mean, and I think that's why Twitch is kind of just like, well, we're not going to do that.
True.
Now, of course, Twitch did issue an apology letter, which was kind of, we are so sorry. We're trying to be better. We've tried to correct the issues that you may have seen. We are in the process of trying to create a helpful tool for the streamers. They'll help gain control over recorded content, audio, and then also a better system to reviewing and contesting copyright claims. Now, of course, they haven't stated when the hell this will come, so right now it's just a pipe dream. But, and that's the thing though, they sent out this apology after, I guess months, weeks, years of these DMCA things, and they basically just, dumped it all on everyone. But a lot of the big name streamers are getting pissed because instead of trying to kind of calm the community, Twitch has been basically going out of their way to promote the crap out of something called GlitchCon, which is a virtual convention.
I've heard about that, and I kept getting emails about this. I'm like, what is this? It sounds like they mistyped something in, actually.
No, that's them. But so, a lot of people are like, look, instead of trying to promote this, whatever you're trying to promote, and I understand, you want attention on it, why don't you placate the streamers that are starting to get really pissed? And there are a lot of streamers out there, a lot of channels out there that are going to run ads because of the link to this. Throw a freaking GlitchCon ad up there, but help us out, brother. Now, let's go a little bit further here. Streamers are concerned that if Twitch's system is going to go after sounds and songs from games, music industry entities can issue copyright claims due to those sounds' presence during streams. Here's a fun one. There's a streamer who does broadcast production tech stuff for Twitch who came out and stated, the weird disco area for this is what game is this? Oh, in Destiny. The weird disco area on the Tangled Shore Destiny? Yeah, be careful, folks. This music was created for the game. Might get you in trouble.
Jeez.
Yeah. And but okay, but let's take another crazy step, okay? Here's another crazy thing that happened. The Bethesda Associate Community Manager got her Twitch channel briefly suspended because of a sound clip that plays when an alert goes off for when someone subscribes to the channel.
So basically, don't make any music or noise or audio or game clips of anything but video only in your Twitch streams. Like, I have a cat meowing. Could that be in another video game that has a cat? So we're gonna get DMCA'd because
No,
there's
well,
a cat
I mean, you're
another game.
here's the thing. If you're gonna get nailed for like sound library clips, there and not be able to truly contest that, just as you were saying, let's say that your cat meows and that meow is close enough to generic cat 5 in the, I don't know, animal copyright sound library. That's ridiculous. There are also individuals out there who have played, who while they're streaming, they play basically like fan-made music that sounds similar to a song, but doesn't contain, the same beat and rhyme and all that stuff. And so when that search goes, because it basically, you get flagged for it, but they can't actually find the exact, whatever your ID number is. It just goes ahead and plays it safe and just cuts you.
Jeez.
Um,
Yeah, it sounds like they just went a little bit crazy. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean,
You're gonna piss some people off, obviously.
absolutely. And the funny thing is, thankfully, up to this point, I don't think that we've got truly dinged on Twitch. We have on YouTube, and it was basically exactly this. It was the theme song to a game that I was streaming.
Mm-hmm.
So, Sam Grizzle, y'all should sing a song together and see if Alter Confusion get flagged. Okay, first of all, I do not want to have to replace everyone's equipment. You do not want Zealeus to sing.
Let's do it for America.
And we've been dinged, not because of copyright issues, but because of public decency. I'm just kidding. No,
Battlefield Earth, that's the greatest game ever.
No, seriously, I think they've taken it. I understand they want to err on the side of caution, all that stuff, but by taking such, like I said, I don't know what button they pushed in order to start. We're talking, some of these sound clips are like 3-4 seconds long, and yes, I know there's some weird ass rule which doesn't actually exist. For those who think it does, and that is that if there's a sound bite that's less than 10 seconds, that it can't be copyrighted. It sure as fuck can be copyrighted. That for someone to, the thing is, the reason why they said 10 or less seconds is usually it happens so fast that no one's going to catch it. But apparently Twitch has some kind of algorithm that is catching this stuff for, the wind rustling sound when you're going into town. There's several. I'd be very interested to see, hell, if you're playing like a sports game, if it's like generic cheering from left end zone, that's insane to me. I mean, they need to nip this in the butt immediately. They're not going to.
Well, I guess the question is, though, is if they are receiving from, because according to Twitch, they're also receiving like a magnitude more of DMCA notices from the third parties who claim the copyright ownership. So if that's true, that actually does kind of put Twitch in a rock and a hard place of, do they keep the streamers happy, or do they potentially start getting lawsuits on their ass from the copyright holders for not being quick enough to the punch?
They haven't.
So
that's the thing, though. They haven't been quick enough to the punch up to this point, and then all of a sudden, every itty bitty little squeak that could be perceived as a violation has been flagged. Because when we started this, they basically had some, I guess, a digital empty room that was filling up with DMCA claims that they weren't doing anything about, and then all of a sudden, there was some magic number that when it went off, they just started removing content without telling the creators. So it's not like they were never fast to, they were never fast, and now they're like, they're the opposite.
I don't know. I don't know, man.
I would, one of these, hopefully this will never happen, but it would be funny as hell if my voice was on something, some recorded, copyrighted, whatever, and I said the exact same phrase on the Thursday Night Hangout or during one of my streams, and I got dinged by myself, I would laugh, and I'd take a picture of it.
That would be kind of epic.
And I would frame that damn picture. But I mean,
I don't know how, but you need to make that happen.
Okay, well, here's something, and of course I can't answer because I'm not a voice actor. What if you are a voice actor, and your dialogue is, it's part of the game, or you're a singer for one of the theme songs?
Or better yet, I mean, think of let's take Overwatch voice actors.
Yeah.
Obviously, their voice is copyrighted within the game.
Absolutely.
And they are known to go into Overwatch streams and do the voiceovers.
Yeah. Yeah. Hell, let's take it a step further. Let's say that you have a text-only game and you start adding voices to it. Therefore, you're basically providing people with content that's not yours. I mean, good Lord. Sam Grizzle, Fogarty couldn't sing his CCR songs for a while, and he wrote them. Yeah. Well, I mean, okay, so that one, I think CCR's, their songs were owned by the producer, of the record producer, so that's why you couldn't sing them.
Yeah, I mean, you get into those bands, you get all kinds of crazy everything.
Well, yeah, there are certain Beatles songs that are still on. I mean, there's unreleased Beatles songs that no one could touch because Yoko Ono is still sitting on them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. We're small fries, so chances of us, the chances of us doing something wrong is probably astronomical. But we probably not get dinged as hard as like a big name, you would hope. But you never know. I don't know. But the thing is, and Zealeus, you alluded to this. What is the other option? Mixer is gone. Facebook gaming, YouTube gaming is gone. You could stream onto YouTube, whatever you want to. Not whatever you want to, but you could still stream your live streams and gaming onto YouTube, but it's not tailored to YouTube gaming.
Yeah.
Speaking of streaming, can someone, if anyone knows anybody over at Facebook, for the love of all it's holy, could you have an option that actually just says talk shows and podcast as an option instead of me having to choose news media? Sorry. Sam Grizzle, I'm still shocked GTA 5 was able to secure 100 hours of music. Yeah, that's the other thing. What if it is a radio within the game?
I don't know. It's so confusing.
This has opened up such a what if can of worms. I think we could go round and round about what about this, what about that all night. And at the end of the day, something, of course, needs to be done. I think that personally, not being a big streamer, but still looking out for Twitch and for the streamers, I think that Twitch just needs to suck it up, Amazon suck it up, pay the money to gain that, the license fee so that individuals don't get random dings because they can't, right now, they can't do anything about it. Until they magically make this tool. How about just drop everything, make this damn tool so that people can understand what's going on with the recorded content, the audio of the content. And, of course, the biggest one, having the ability to truly review and contest copyright claims.
You're asking way too much of them, sir.
Apparently so. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think we've reached the end of the show. I did have, for some reason it didn't pop up, but I did have one last question pop up. Unless Zealeus wants to take this on, we could push it to the next show.
I think next show would be wonderful.
All right. Just for those out there who want to know, oh man, now I feel bad. This is the question that got pushed over last week. Anyways.
Well, ask it first next week.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to highlight it right now so that I don't forget. It basically was, how do you personally deal with a series, be it books, movies, TV shows, video games that just abruptly stop. And I will make sure that I say it next week. Next week. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank everyone for tuning into the Ultra Confusion Thursday Night Hangout. For myself, Charlie and Zealeus, it's been a pleasure giving you everything coming out of our heads, our mouths, and of course, our hearts. We'll be back next Thursday for another Ultra Confusion Thursday Night Hangout.
And remember, kids, keep on gaming in the free world.
Amen to that, brother. Yeah, Sam. I'm actually very curious about the Battlefield. What your question would be for Battlefield?
What about Battlefield?
Yeah.
I mean, Sam would have to answer any questions about Battlefield.
No,
so it'd be very confusing.
it might just be the release or the re-release or the way they're handling things. I don't know, Sam. You'd have to give us more information in order for us to even breach the subject of the Battlefield. But yeah, I don't know what the freaking right answer is for Twitch. I mean, shoot. But what I will say is, anyone out there who has a humongous following, who's creating exclusive content for stuff that average Joes cannot get a hold of, do not copyright someone who's in that group. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Sorry, not copyright. Plagiarize. Don't do that.
Yeah, that's probably dope right now.
So stupid.
Well, it's people's jobs to be stupid so that we can make fun of them, sir.
Indeed.
That's what I live for.
So I have I've got a couple games that I'd like to do playthroughs of. And as much as I would love to stream them, I've learned that I can't stream playthroughs because I get too distracted. No offense, but I get too distracted by the chat room and I want to have a conversation with you and not actually play the game. It'd be a little bit weird for me to have a conversation during someone watching me play a game and having no relevance whatsoever to said game. So, yeah. But seriously, Sam, if you're still there, I need to know. You would have asked about Battlefield. Are you talking about the Twitch, the DMCA stuff? Because, seriously, what would be safe? Because there's people out there who are now, kind of getting antsy and nervous, going, should I stream this game? Am I going to get dinged for that? What am I going to get dinged for? Is it going to be that background NPC folk song that's playing? Oh, shit, I could get... hell, any super giant game, Bastion, Transistor, Pyre, and Hades. You've got.
So at that point, there's really nothing left to do on Twitch.
Yeah. Okay. So Sam Grizzle said, from Battlefield 1942 to date, greatest FPS all time. Yes. Seeing as I don't play realistic battle games, I don't know. However,
so when we say the greatest FPS, are we talking about
are we talking
in terms of gameplay relevant to 2020? Or are we talking about the greatest FPS for its time? Because those are two very different questions.
Let's I will put it on the list, Sam. I will put let's see here. Greatest. What is the greatest FPS of all time? Y'all didn't even play the original in 1942? No. The only battle, realistic war game that I have played is Call of Duty 3.
I've never played Call of Duty.
Actually, you know what? Let me see if I might still have it. I think I have. I might still. Once upon a time, I went crazy and I decided to make an entire spreadsheet of all my video games. So let's see if I still have it on my my Google Doc collection. Yes, apparently I do. So let's see here. I have must find. No, oh my gosh. Control F. There we go. I just started overriding some cells. Call of Duty 3, and then I got Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Those are my 2 games. I do not own a Battlefield.
Played them.
No. The only thing that has battle in the title is One Piece Grand Battle for the GameCube, which was a very interesting fighting game.
What about Face the Truth?
What the hell is Face the Truth?
It's the face of your father. I don't know.
I haven't seen my father in a year and a half.
So you don't know the face of your father.
No, I do. Apparently, if I looked in the mirror and shaved, I would be staring at the face of my father.
Oh, well, that's just creepy now. That is not what I was going for, sir.
I did. We've already turned off the recording, whatever. But I have been having an issue with my son and first-person shooters. There is a website. The hell is it called? What the hell is Iron? Crazygames.com. It's kind of just like a I guess a flash game website.
Yep.
And there is a couple of FPSs on there, and I said, dude, you can't play those. And he's like, but it's just ninjas. I'm like, I don't care if it's just ninjas. You're still shooting people. You can't do that. We've been through this. Well, my wife has been through this with me, and then we've been through it with my son. But my son finally found a loophole today. There is when I bought my Nintendo Switch, there was a game that came on the Switch called Splatoon 2, which is a first-person shooter.
Yep.
But basically, you're shooting paint. And so I can't really, yes, technically you're shooting, but it's like it's basically like a paint hose if you really want to get technical. And you're basically shooting like evil balloons. So I'm not allowed to play paladins around my son.
Sure.
That much I learned the hard way. My son's no longer allowed to watch the Overwatch Pro League. That much I learned really fast.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, I sure as hell can't play Valorant around him, though I tried Valorant a little bit and got my ass whooped, not coming back. And then, of course, my son saw an ad for Fortnite. He goes, Dad, you should play that. I'm like, I tried. And never again. Never again. Oh, or Hyperscape. Can't play Hyperscape either. Is Hyperscape still a thing?
Could not tell you. I don't know what that is.
It was that that first-person shooter that was like optimized for Twitch interaction or whatever.
What? I do not recall that one.
Let's see here. Hyperscape is a Ubisoft game. Free-to-play first-person shooter battle royale game. It was released July 12, 2020. I'm assuming that it's still out there. Hell. Or they could have pulled the Amazon. That's where all of Amazon's money went. Let's see. Sam Grizzle says, shooting balloons is good training. He'll make a fine Battlefield 1 warrior someday. When he gets older, when he gets old enough where my wife doesn't have an issue with games that have guns in it, sure.
Just don't tell her that you're playing.
Yeah, that'll work. My sons can't keep their mouth shut. Be like, can you keep a secret? Yeah. Mom, guess what we did? I'm not supposed to tell him. I'm going to tell you. I'm like,
well, you got teach him to lie better then. That's your problem.
No, because if I teach him to lie better than I can't, then he will, then I won't be able to pick it up. Okay, so I tried to type in Crucible to see that the Amazon game, and I apparently missed one letter, and all of a sudden I defaulted in Google, the smart search, to crustacean with long body and tiny legs. I don't know where.
What?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a very different show.
Yeah. What the is that? I'm guessing. I know that Crucible turned back into beta. I know that. Oh, it's currently in closed beta again. Oh, wait.
I thought it was canceled.
Yep, they've now completely canceled.
Yeah, it was completely canceled. I thought I remember that.
November 9th, 2020.
Yep, sounds about right.
Yeah, everything shut down November 9th, 2020. So 3 days ago. And I'm assuming, Zealeus, that you were not able to put that in your shopping cart.
So, correction, it made it into my shopping cart.
But
I got to the checkout.
And then it
I
froze.
got my address in. I got the credit card payment,
Uh-huh.
and then it just bugged out and said, "Sorry, we're out of stock."
Hey, that sounds like that's almost it's a similar experience to that one year that I was like, I'm going to BlizzCon this year. I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
And so, I kept refreshing. Turns out that I had to have, like a battle.net thing and a bunch of other shit. And so I have successfully procured a ticket, and I've got, they've got the timer for how long you can hold on to it. But I had to do all this shit, and I had 48 seconds to spare when I finalized the purchase.
So actually funny, the first time, so when this all started with, it was actually Walmart. I'm at school and I'm getting it furiously. It's in my box. I'm ready to purchase my credit card. And I realized I was still signed in with my school email account.
Whoops. Oh, man.
And so I tried logging out. And of course, as soon as I logged out and logged in with my personal email address,
Gone.
I lost my card. I was like, damn it.
Yep, of course.
And that probably would have gone through. But, oh, well.
Well, it's just like when I was looking, I actually fell into the group of, I'm going to try to find a Nintendo Switch and I'm going to sell it for big money. And I stumbled upon, I'd finally just said, you know what, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. And I stumbled upon two of them and I ended up keeping one, and I sold the other one to my buddy for basically, I think it was like 25 extra bucks.
We still see stories of people who sell their Switch for or not Switch, who are are able to sell their PlayStation 5 for $1,000.
Oh yeah, the scalping has already started. I mean I just saw a story, I think it was today, where, but here's the thing, how do you, because they're going so digital, right, with their launches and stuff, how do you even know they truly have it? Some of these bids are going $2,000 or above.
Yeah, my thing is I'm not gonna lie. If let's just say I went to Best Buy and I was walking out with the PlayStation 5, and a dude gave me a wad of $800 and $100 bills.
Yep.
I'd be like, here you go.
Yeah, exactly. No, I'd be.
You know what? I can wait a couple months for that much of a profit. No other problem, sir.
Oh, believe me, if I had some exclusive thing, and I just bought that exclusive thing, I was the last copy, and then I started walking out, and people are like, oh, how much you want for it? And they gave me,
okay. No, this may actually be an interesting question for next week. So when you say exclusive, do you mean so in this case, a PS5 or Xbox One? I call that limited availability. But exclusive to me, though, would be there's only 10,000 versions of the Marvel version of the PlayStation 5 made. That's exclusive.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? So those are two different. So if it's a generic version that I could buy in the future, yes, I have no hesitation.
So that was okay. It was exclusive version of the console. And you said it's not exclusive. It's a what was?
It's almost like a limited run.
Limited run.
Yeah, it's exclusive versus limited run.
So okay, so limited run is there's only a certain number?
Yeah. Versus just low stock. Just high demand, low inventory. I mean, there's a good chance, January 3rd, all these consoles will be back in stock because the season's over.
Well, I mean, if COVID's still in place, I don't think so.
Well, I mean, it's one of those things where kind of like you, I have my Switch and I'm happy with it. So It's if I get a PS5, great. If not, well, I'll continue to play the Switch. Not a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got enough games to hold me over, and I know we were
Oh, did
talking
you get-
about. I know we were talking about No Man's Sky at the beginning before the show and how I've put way too many hours into it, but I may have accidentally just hit the wall. Like I may have basically freed myself from having to play it constantly.
Did something
because-
happen, or did you just kind of get to that spot?
Well, it's like I know to me, and I've had, and during the game you gain these like coordinate datas that you
Yep.
could turn in for basically like treasure maps.
Mhm.
And I now have like 40 of each treasure map, and I'm like, do I really want to do this? What am I going to get something exclusive, or probably just something generic that I'm going to turn around and sell?
Interesting.
I think the downfall is when I finally broke down and bought a freighter, which allows me to have basically a fleet of ships that I can go send on quests, and then after like 4, 5, 8, 10 hours, they come back and they just bring me like a shit ton of supplies and money. So I'm just, I'm not as, I'm not watching the I don't have limited resources as much, although there are still some things out there that I'm like, seriously, why the hell do you need this base component? I've got like the evolved, refined version of this. Why can't I do that? Oh, and it turns out that if you want an easier time playing inventory management, get your build yourself a base, put a shit ton of those stupid containers in there, name them different things so that you can find them easily, then buy a freighter, add storage rooms to the freighter. Those storage rooms will magically link to the ones on your base, and then you can basically toggle and do a much quicker, I guess, like shuffle of your inventory, because you can actually, you've got like different options when you go to your inventory menu. You've got your ship, and you've got your freighter. You never have the base, you can't actually select individual containers, but on the freighter, you can actually select individual containers. I still wish that I was able to just like, I need 5 of this element. I own 2,000 of this element, and it stacks in 100 increments. So I basically fill up my entire inventory so I can have this 5 of this one element, and then I have to select each individual stack to put it back in the thing.
Like, it sounds like there's some good elements of gameplay,
Mhm.
but they just kind of botch some of basically the things that would make sense.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Like basic quality of life is really, it sounds like what it's missing in cases.
There's a huge chunk of the time where you're having to scramble for basic resources like copper, cobalt, dihydrogen. You always need dihydrogen. You always need oxygen and sodium. The funny thing is I've maxed out, let's see here. I've maxed out 3 of the resources, and I've just started making an additional pile on my freighter because I'm just whatever. Also, the arbitrary number of what you can stack and not knowing it until you drop, a certain number on top of it, and only a certain number actually take, and then you're still holding the other chunk.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that sounds really annoying.
Yes, this one you can stack 20. This one you can stack 5. This one you can stack 9,999. You could have 9,999 pieces of gold in your inventory, but you can only have 5 of this stupid, highly tradable leaf.
Whatever. I don't know. I'm very confused.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to stop the stream. I need to talk to Zealeus real quick, and I will see you on Sunday.